This is Jake Siegel from Fred Hutch News Service. Today I'm joined by Fred Hutch's Director of Facilities, Bob Cowan. We're chatting via Microsoft Teams because unfortunately I can't be on campus with Bob today. Bob, welcome and thanks for taking the time to chat.
Thanks, Jake.
So from the moment Fred Hutch instituted its remote work mandate, your team pivoted to keep the essential work going on campus. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, Jake, that's an interesting question because we pivoted to try to reduce our footprint on campus, but it wasn't primarily to reduce the footprint. It was to protect the team. Because at the end of the day, if you don't have a functioning facilities engineering department, these buildings are shut down. So what we did is we broke the team in half. We went 50% on-site, 50% off-site, and we're staying in a 2-week rhythm so that any person that's off-site's got a full opportunity to, prove systematic before he comes on site type deal.
So we've had, I think it's about 600 employees who have still been coming to campus on a regular basis. Tell me a little bit about what they see your team has done to keep them safe.
We're setting up a lot of things like we set up the screening stations so that we funnel people through key choke points on the campus to make sure they're all screened. And that's one of the things we've done to help keep the campus safe. Another thing we've done is we've set up 5 blood draw stations in the B1, 071, 072, 074, and 076 conference rooms that are allowing us to test Fred Hutch employees. We've also set up a couple blood draw stations in the Yale parking garage that is part of one of Julie McElrath's studies. And we've also set up 3 blood draw stations in the minor parking garage that will also be used for blood draw studies and what have you. And what's interesting is trying to do all this, stuff still continues to happen, okay? We've got to handle what's going on the campus. We had a contract to knock a sprinkler head off of one of our sprinkler systems, leaked a lot of water, We had a power outage that shut down half the Thomas building one night. We've had a leak in another water system. They don't call them wet labs for nothing. So we've been busy.
So you're dealing with the day-to-day in addition to a pandemic.
And you know what? We've got almost 10,000 pieces of equipment on site, and most of that equipment continues to run even though the people aren't here. And even such things as, not having people in the buildings creates new challenges for us, okay? For instance, on the water system in the Arnold building, we don't have people using that water system on a regular basis. So we're sending people through, running the water in the Arnold, running the water in the Yale, so that water flows through that pipe and we don't get biological stuff building up in the pipes because of, just stagnant water.
So you had mentioned the study that Julie McElrath is doing, and there are several others right now that are taking a look at COVID-19 and its prevalence amongst employees. And the results are hopefully going to help us open the campus back up and get more employees back to work, back to the labs, back to campus. What are you and your team doing to prepare for that?
We anticipate, a bigger rush of people onto the campus, and we're trying to figure out how to make the screening stations more efficient, seeing if there's other ways we can get the screening process going quicker so that as more people come in, we don't have a tie-up of people streaming through those streaming stations. We also are looking at, hey, there's some support services that are essential when people come back to campus, right? Maybe the biggest one is coffee. Nobody can work without their coffee. So we're looking at, opening up some more espresso stands and what have you and things like that. So, but the big thing is, trying to get the engineering team together so that we can catch up on the stuff we've fallen behind on and be prepared for the new stuff that more employees will bring when they come back to campus.
What would surprise employees who don't get a chance to see what you guys your team is doing day in and day out?
I think one of the things that would really surprise people is how sophisticated this campus is, okay? And what's kind of amazed me is how much work we in engineering can do from home, my controls team, they don't all have to be on site all the time. We had a problem with one of our server rooms, and one of the guys working at home noticed the problem before the guy in the control room did. So it's really kind of amazing how far and fast technology is taking us. I'm blown away by how effective and productive people can be from the comfort of their own home.
Are you looking forward to someday dismantling all the screening stations and these COVID clinics at some point in the future?
I can't wait to the day we can remove the screening stations and take down the blood draw stations and all that. But I'm not sure that day's going to come immediately. I know we're doing a lot of work remodeling the minor building for studies that could go on for multiple years. We're in it for the long haul, okay? And we got a great team. They're enthusiastic, and they're there for the center.
Excellent. And with that, I will let you get back to it, Bob. Thank you for taking the time to talk with us.
Okay, Jake. I'll talk to you later. Okay. Stay safe.
I will. Take care, Bob.